Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we are back in Warframe to have a look at what Oberon's current state is and what the new changes to his kit might hopefully maybe perhaps be. So at base, Oberon is what you call in Warframe as support, and all his kit revolves around being the healer and buffer and debuffer of the team. He is able to grant everyone status immunity while standing on the hallowed ground, and this will also apply radiation to enemies, which makes them not take any buffs from themselves, and they even attack each other, which is quite nice. He is also able to grant everyone passive healing and additional armor if they step on the hallowed ground, and this will drain slowly a bit of your energy per ally you are affecting. So the more allies, the more energy drain you have, which is, I think, alright. This is quite a good ability, although we have much better ones today. So I think these two abilities become just one and not two. His first ability requires a target. You want to be able to activate it if there is nothing to aim at, but the moment you actually aim at something, you'll summon this single orb that when it hits something will divide into multiple ones. I think it's 16 for me right now. And this orb deals some base damage plus 35% of the HP and shields of an enemy. And yeah, that's kind of a problem because although this should be his damaging ability, it just does not that much. And I really hope it also becomes some kind of buff you can gain on yourself without having to keep any augments, or maybe you can use it to heal allies or just throw like an actual wave of radiation instead of just little orbs, which yeah, this is not exactly the fastest way to kill anything in the game, especially when you can do this with your primary or secondary weapons or whatever. So yeah, I hope that changes. And finally we have his fourth ability that does basically nothing other than blinding enemies for a little bit and suspending them in the air for a little bit and crowd controlling them for a little bit. So that's all it does. It just does that, and it ragdolls them for a few seconds and blinds them and applies radiation, and that's pretty much it. So I really hope this becomes something else, because this is not great. And the only use this ability has is in combination with tier 2, with your hollow ground, because enemies standing inside the hollow ground can be armor stripped by using your fourth ability, your Reckoning. And that is the only use you have for this. So if you want to build a lot of range and actually armor strip enemies by casting two abilities, and that will cost you around 150 energy, unless you're building for efficiency or something. Unless you want to do that, I don't think this is worth it, like, at all. That is not great. And it's not just his abilities that are not the greatest, it's also the passive, because granting your companion a bit of your HP, armor and shields sounds nice, but everything we do nowadays revolves around companions that just don't die anymore, or even if they do, they can respawn quite fast, quite quickly, and without too much effort anyway. So this is pretty much a useless passive, and this also needs some rebalancing. What I was thinking about is something around the lines of, since Oberon applies so much radiation, maybe he can get something out of that radiation. Maybe he can get some more power strength, maybe he can heal allies, maybe they can allow him to deal more damage based on radiation statuses, who knows. Maybe radiation with him becomes hallowed fire, like his second ability should be, and so it's like kind of a new damage type, just unique to him. That will be interesting, but yeah, I guess we'll see. So as a quick recap, his one should just do something else other than a few orbs dealing some damage. This is totally not enough in 2025. It has not been enough for a while, and the only reason you use this is with the augment that grants you radiation bonus, and you use that usually for Eidolon hunts. And even that is not the meta, so it's just a thing you can do. His 2 and 3 are just one ability, because if you just use one of them, it's not worth it. And even with the augment for his 2, which allows you to like map clear very low level missions, I don't think that's enough anymore. We just steamroll through low level missions anyway with any Warframe, so this is kind of a niche that he is not relevant in anymore. And yeah, his 3 is just useless without his 2, because you only grant everyone a bit of healing and I guess bleed out slow, which is such a useless stat. And yes, even his 4 is it's just not great, dealing pretty much no damage and only being used to armor strip, and that costing 150 energy is just not great. It's just not. It does nothing else. Just a bit of a CC. And oh yeah, I forgot it has a chance to drop health orbs if you manage to kill enemies with it. So there's that, I guess. Yeah, it's in a very poor state, and I'm pretty sure right now Oberon might be the worst Warframe we have in the game. And since we are getting so many new Warframes that are just so damn fun and powerful to play, yes, I'm really happy that he's finally getting the rework, because he for sure deserves it. Now, the build I have on my Oberon, I hope it will translate perfectly to what I assume his new kit will be, and this might be the one I use in the future, which is just all the Umbra mods, adaptation to become more tanky, and Phoenix Renewal to also gain a free Get Out of Jail card if I happen to die, and the cooldown is only 90 seconds, which is not that bad. But most importantly, for your energy economy, we have Prime Flow to increase your energy pool by tremendous amounts, and Arcane Universal Fallout, which is such a great arcane on Oberon because he applies so much radiation and you'll gain so many of these universal orbs. You don't need Equilibrium, you just use this one, and it's so much better. The Archon shards I'm using might change. I won't change casting speed, and I won't probably change this one. Hopefully he will be able to deal more damage with his abilities, so I do think that the Topaz shard with plus 15% damage on enemies affected by radiation might be the good one to have, but who knows, I guess we'll find out. And ability duration and max energy may change, I guess we'll see with the new update. Now, if we were to test his damage, first of all, let me grab my Madory buffs. So I have 40% more power strength, and this is the damage you can expect from him. Just spamming his 1, which, yeah, it's terrible. It is just not great at all. And other than just destroying your eardrums with the sound, it does pretty much nothing. The damage is in the hundreds, sometimes in the thousands, and yeah, it's just not great. He is quite a survivable Warframe though, because yeah, just doing this grants you so much armor and healing. You usually won't be able to die, and since you can also like CC enemies whenever you want, he is quite a safe Warframe to play, unless of course you're just standing still the whole mission, but you usually don't do that, and you usually kill enemies with your weapons, you know. It's not like you're just standing there doing nothing. I think it's okay, but once again, this is not a CC, even though it's supposed to be. Oh, and yeah, if you happen to die, you'll trigger the Augment, which grants you a free revive, which is very nice. I really hope, once again, we get something else out of his kit, because just doing this, it feels like playing Inaros with extra steps, and I'd rather play Inaros than Oberon, so yeah, that's pretty much the situation he's in. And that concludes our overview on Oberon right now. I can't wait to get more news about his new kit, and yeah, I really hope it fits him and it's quite fun to play with. I trust Pablo and the E, so I think the rework will be perfect, but I guess we'll see what the rework is going to be and what's gonna change about his kit. For the time being, this was just me ranting about Oberon. If you enjoyed this kind of videos, I might make more. I don't have much time at the moment to make videos, so I might focus more on shorts and more fashion and maybe streaming, because I do enjoy streaming and I do that on my Twitch channel. There will be a link in the top right corner of the screen right now for you. And yeah, that's pretty much all. If you want to see more Warframe content, remember to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.